Hello, good morning to all of you. I am Sadashivan, fire and safety trainer. All are welcome for this basic fire safety class. Already you must have attended my general safety awareness class. Then I have started this basic fire safety classes. This is a continuous education for a safety I have planned it, and I have already given this type of class in Malayalam. But in order to get more people for a benefit for the more people, I have started in English also. I am starting in English also. Now I want to talk you about that. This is the fourth class of basic fire safety. Last class, what I have explained you means what is a fire triangle. So just have a review for this one. Then we will go for the next classes. What is a fire actually? Fire is a chemical reaction. All of you know that. It consists of three elements. What are the three elements? Oxygen, heat, and fuel. When all these three things are combined, a chemical reaction is taking place. That chemical reaction is known as a fire. That's I had told you earlier. And how it can be represented? It can be represented in a triangle form. Why it is represented in triangle form? In order to understand easily. So fire we can represent in a triangle form. Also I have informed you that if any one of the things is removing, then fire will not be there. So fire extinction, what is means the removal process of heat, oxygen or fuel, such that fire we can get extinction, can finish. That type of process is known as a fire extinction. So let us understand one by one in details. First, let's understand the oxygen. The removal of oxygen from the fire. This is known as a smothering action. The removal of oxygen from the fire is known as a smothering action. Then you may be asking one question, because the air contains so many things. Nitrogen is there, oxygen is there, other carbon dioxide and other type of gases are there. Then how can we remove the oxygen alone from the air? Actually, that is not possible. You are correct. But what we are doing means not just removal of the oxygen only. We are completely removing the air. As an example, I can just tell you. You just have lighted a candle and place it here like this way. And you just put a glass cover on that one. Then what will happen? After sometimes you can see that flame will not be there. The flame may be continue for a few seconds only. How much of the oxygen is available in that glass? That much of time only that flame will be continue. So this is the process what we are doing is a removal of oxygen. And another example also I can give you. Suppose the fire is burning something like burning there, and somebody is putting a fire blanket on that one. So that what happens is the outside air contact will not be there, then fire is getting an extinction methods. So this type of methods is known as a removal of oxygen. Removal of oxygen is known as a smothering action. Now next one is a removal of heat. Removal of heat, another technical term is there, cooling. Cooling is the process for removal of heat from the fire. This one example also I can give several example. All of you may be driving the vehicles or your car, that radiator is there. You are putting a water in the radiator. Why water is required? What will happen if water is not poured in the radiator? In order to cool the engine only, you are pouring water in the radiator. If water is not there, then what will happen? The engine temperature will rise, and finally that engine may get burst. So that in order to avoid that thing only, water pouring. So in the radiator. So that is one cooling process. Similarly, somewhere that too much heat is there, we are putting on the fan there. So the air circulation is improving there, that cooling process. So either water we can use it, or generally water we are using, or too much air also we are getting, that is also a cooling process. So normally water we are putting in for the cooling of this type of in the fire. So that also you understood it. Now coming to the next one is the removal of fuel. Removal of fuel, how we can have it? Actually, removal of fuel is practically very difficult thing. It is not possible to remove complete fuel when it is burning from the fire. What we are doing here means, suppose just as an example, suppose so much of paper is burning, paper is stored here, and one of the paper got burned, started firing here. So immediately what you can do means, whatever that burn is there, let it burn. But the other paper, if you are removing from that one, then that process, that means the thing supposed to be burned there, that one we are removing it from the fire. That is known as a starvation. The another practical application is there in the forest cases. You must be seeing that when the forest fire has happened there, then many places, because we cannot just remove all the forests from there, there somewhere they are putting some type of a trench there and avoiding all this grass and other thing to further continue to burn it there. So that is a process which we are known as a removal of fuel. That means further that whatever the exactly burning that fuel we are not removing, but further we are not allowing to catch the fire in the other existing things. That process, so that there will be some gap. That thing is known as a removal of a fuel. So these are the methods. I hope that all of you understand that there are three methods. What is called? One is a removal of oxygen, that is known as a smothering. Removal of heat, that is known as a cooling. That removal of fuel, this is known as a starvation. In addition to that, we can also extinguish fire. A chain reaction is forming that chain reaction itself, if you can go break it there, then further fire will not be there. That is called inhibition of a chain reaction. How we can do it? That is the earlier stage. You must have seen that the people in the some villages and other thing, they used to have something like a boom or any other thing beating the fire, or that is something like this type of action, that the earlier type. But nowadays for this metallic fire and other thing, like sodium, magnesium, potassium, all this thing, what we can do means some type of a special fire extinguisher is there. There when we are applying, that chain reaction breaking action is taking place. That is the removal of chain reaction. So these are the methods for fire extinction. So whatever so far we have explained is only fire we can represent in a triangle only. Now actually some more detail we can say that fire, if we can express in the four way or quadrant form, fire quadrant, we can say that there the pyramid of four phases. You just imagine that one phase is one oxygen, the other phase is a heat, and the other phase is a fuel, and one more the other phase we can represent as a chain reaction. So this can be represented in the form of a quadrant, that is fire quadrant it is telling. So these are the methods of a fire extinction methods. I hope that you are clearly understood. Last class also I have explained that how the fire is getting spread, because the fire stages are there. There are three stages. What are the three stages? One initial stage is there, just it is starting like a smoke or some small ignition sources, it is starting. Then second, it is coming to the growth stage, and growth stage is how this is depending upon the fuel. Growth stage is very rapidly it is coming. Then third stage is a decay stage. So what decay stage means? The everything is finished. Now only some type of ash and everything is only available there. So such thing is known as the fire stages. Here also how it depends on means depending upon the fire materials. So what are the fire materials now? This is having a just classification. We can have a three type of a fire materials. One is called the combustible materials. Combustible material means whenever we are burning something, we are getting ash like paper, wood, cloth, etc. Next one is the flammable materials. Flammable materials means in case of a fire happens, such type of materials we cannot get any ash there. Only flame will be there, like petrol, diesel, etc. There is another type of material is there, that is called explosive material. That is dangerous, very dangerous. Explosion will be take place, like the fire material, fireworks materials and other thing. So these are the three type of materials. That's why I just why I have pointed out, means depending upon the material, the second stage, first stage is initial stage, second stage time will be depending upon the material. If it is combustible material, little time will be there, and it is flammable materials, time will be less. And the in case of a this other type material, that is explosive material, the time is very less. That's why explosion is very dangerous condition that we have to live. So now I am not going to talk. I will be stopping right now. Now I will be coming with another class, another subject on next classes. So if you like this class, you please share it and also subscribe it. And we will continue on next class some other subject. All of you are wishing a happy day, happy, good day, happy and healthy and safe day. Okay, thank you to everybody for attending my class. Okay, it is a continuous education program. Thank you to everybody.